Well, as we're recording this today, the summer slowdown in voiceover has begun. Yeah, it's a thing. You're not imagining it. It's real. Just about everything in the voiceover business slows down June, July, and August. But I also am hearing talk of a more macro slowdown in the voiceover industry overall. Is that real? Is it just a Chicken Little reaction to AI? Are there other forces at play? Is this the perfect storm that means an existential crisis for our business? You want the real answer? Who cares? In my humble opinion, which is all I have because there's no data on this stuff anywhere that I'm aware of, yes, there appears to be a general slowdown in the voiceover industry for many voiceover actors. Fact is, you or I or the ghost of Don LaFontaine himself can't control external forces and market conditions. It may or may not contribute to a slowdown if it's real or if it's not real or if it's imagined because, AI and the pay-to-plays and El Niño and unnaturally high gravity and sunspots and windmills. Windmills. So honestly, who cares? It doesn't even really matter if there's a slowdown in the industry or not. If it's slow for you, it's slow for you. And if there is a slowdown in the industry, micro or macro, you can't do shit about it. But you can do something with it. You have the choice, not just to survive, but to thrive. Today we're going to talk about doubling down and leaning into that slowness so that you can turn it into a competitive advantage and emerge from any slow period, crisis, etc. better, stronger, and more successful because of it. Now, the best example of a slowdown in voiceover in recent years was not a slowdown. It was the screeching halt that was COVID-19. For several weeks to a couple of months, there was zero voiceover work going on while we were all just trying to figure out how to live at home and boil our mail and use sanitizer like Lubriderm. I myself was just a couple of years into my full-time voiceover career. And I don't mind telling you that while I was doing quite well at the time, I, just like everybody else, was petrified. But I did my research, and I learned that there is a long business history of companies who, when presented with a crisis, they don't fold up and go home. They don't run and hide. They double down. They bet on themselves. They don't cut their marketing budgets. They increase them. For example, during the Great Depression, Coke increased its advertising budget. They focused on three things: brand visibility, customer engagement, and creating a strong emotional bond, a relationship with the customer. Their tagline, "The pause that refreshes," if you're old enough to remember that, became iconic, and they increased market share and their position as a leader in the marketplace. When the shit hit the fan in 2008, Amazon increased their marketing budget and even introduced new products like the Kindle. They stepped up promotion of services like Amazon Prime, and they not only survived the crisis, but they saw huge growth in sales and membership. Their stock went from $95 a share and a market cap of $38 billion at the end of 2007 before the crisis to $130 a share and $58 billion in market cap at the end of 2009. Well, I'm not Amazon. Yeah, you're right. You know what? Go watch someone get hit in the dick with a golf ball while mouth breathing your way to mediocrity. Doubling down, especially in your marketing, when things are slow or things are in crisis, works. Why? First, the crisis applies pressure, also known as chaos, to the market. Number two, that chaos usually takes out the weak and those who stick to the status quo. Number three, as that competition drops out, those customers have to look for new vendors. Four, doubling down on your marketing leverages the chaos. And so, five, companies that double down emerge stronger with less competition. So let's take this concept of marketing and doubling down on your marketing in chaos and apply it to the voiceover industry. Is there some chaos in the industry? Yeah, I think most people would agree that yes, there is. But again, there are dozens of reasons for that chaos, but it really doesn't matter because we can't control any of them. When there is chaos, it will take out the weak and the status quo folks. In other words, if you don't adapt, you likely won't make it to better times. That's your choice. Stay the same and die, or adapt and survive. Literally, go big or go home. The question then is, how do you double down? The first and biggest gift of a slowdown is time. With less paid work, there's more time to do the things, the long-term things that you need to do to position yourself so that when you come out the other side, you're stronger and more successful. In our vopro course called Time Mastery for Voice Actors, we call these important long-term objectives and initiatives Quadrant 1 activities. They're not urgent. They don't need to be done today, but they are crucial for your long-term success as a voice actor. And those who execute on them with urgency during a crisis, during a slowdown, those people win. First and foremost, double down on your marketing. When COVID-19 hit, I literally mathematically doubled my marketing efforts. I went from reaching out to 50 new contacts a day to 100. Now, in those days, my system was not what it is now, and that took several hours every day. But you know what? I had the time, and I used it to my advantage. And as a result, in 2020 alone, I was up almost 10%. Up almost 10% in a year where the world shut down. The following year, in 2021, I doubled that. In other words, I emerged from the crisis stronger and more successful than when I went in because the crisis forced me to double down. Second, build your skills. The fact is that 90% of voice actors come into this business with no marketing or sales experience or skills whatsoever, and that's nobody's fault. That's just a fact. So if you don't know how to market your services, if you need to improve in how you market your services, then you need to learn and or sharpen your skills. And I strongly recommend, with obvious bias, the VO Freedom Master Plan, which teaches you exactly how to market your services directly to clients. Hit the link in the description, and if you think there might be a fit, go ahead and schedule a strategy call and you and I can dig in a little bit deeper. Just do me and yourself a favor and make sure you meet all the qualifications. Next, double down on your performance skills. Use the slowdown to level up in genres you know you're pretty strong in. That's counterintuitive. Why would I do that, Paul? Double down on your strengths. Manage your weaknesses. If you're strong in one genre and suck in another, why waste your time becoming average, mediocre in that genre you suck in? Nobody cares if you suck in a genre if you don't seek work there. Get great at what you're good at. Attend workout groups in those genres. Take an acting class. Sign up for that improv course you've always wanted to sign up for. And now with that new skill level up your demos, tighten up your website, and maybe most importantly, start reaching out to more prospects now. Next, double down on your networking. Slow times are great times to build relationships within the voiceover industry. Use that time to connect with other voice actors and industry pros. Building relationships within the business, I promise you, leads to opportunities you can't even imagine right now. Research and reach out to coaches that you've been meaning to work with. Go on a Zoom coffee with that demo producer you've been looking at for months and months. Double down on your strategic planning. Take the slow time to step back, assess where you are in your VO career, and more importantly, where you want to go, and reverse engineer those daily, weekly, monthly behaviors into habits that will get you there. Assess and evaluate your team of coaches and talk to possible new ones to see how they might fit into your strategic growth plan. Yeah, it's a slow time in VO, but it certainly won't be the last one. But what you do with that slow time, with that crisis, and with that chaos will make all the difference. As Andy Dufresne said in The Shawshank Redemption,
I guess it comes down to a simple choice, really. Get busy living, or get busy dying.
Go to vopro.pro to subscribe to my Move, Touch, Inspire newsletter that comes out every week for voice actors to get more information on the VO Pro community and the VO Freedom Master Plan, which we talked about earlier, to learn how to market your services directly to clients. If this video helped, if you got value from this video, please do us a favor and share it with a voiceover actor friend of yours, whether it's by email, whether it's by social media, text, you name it, however you prefer to do that, and hopefully it will help them as well. Most of all, thanks for your support and thanks for the conversations we have in the VO Pro community and in the larger VO community worldwide. Thanks so much. We'll see you again next week.